All right. I made it. I made it. I made it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I made it. I made it. I did it. I did it. Yes. I know I said that I was going to stream Friday and technically it's Saturday, but I haven't gone to bed yet. I haven't gone to bed yet, so it's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's like 12:30. Everything's fine. We're playing Bink. Which, by the way, I was looking at the transcript, and they censor the word bink, so I don't know if we, accidentally named, our hero a slur. I mean, it does appear on the racial slur database. Whoops. But I don't think most people use it that way. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more Ocarina of Time. Hello. How are you? How was everybody's Christmas? How was everybody's Christmas? Everybody's the first thing I hear is racial slur database. You missed what I was talking about. I was looking at the transcript for the last video, and they censor the word bink. They censor it. And I was like, is it a slur of some sort? It does appear on the racial slur database, but it's not a slur I've ever used or heard. It's not a slur I've ever used. No, it's not a slur I've ever heard before. So I doubt it's a very common one. I doubt it's a very common one. So, you know, if it is, and you can cancel me before I even begin. Alright, here we are in Dodongo's Cavern. How exciting is that? Let me turn down my audio in my ear a little bit. How's the audio for you guys? How does it sound to you guys? How's it sounding over there for you guys? Because to me, it's fine. Okay. To say if I remember this dungeon, lies. No, remember this. It looks like there are many lava pits around here, so watch your step! The floor is literally lava. Ooh. Topical joke. Topical joke. The floor is literally lava. Sound is good to you? Good to hear. Good to hear. It's like an opening ritual by this point. 4 months of asking if the sounds are good. If the sounds are good. Actually, I've been trying to establish myself. At least posting on something else. So I've been responding to people a lot on Reddit, actually. I go out of my way to find people's posts where they're asking for, like, advice or how to grow or, like, how to clip and stuff like that, and I'll come in and ask them introspective, reflective questions because I am a curious person. Just trying to establish myself in the community, but I don't know if I'm doing anything like that or if I'm just making myself sound annoying. It's your friend! Hi, Nikki! How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's been a little bit. How was your Christmas? How was your Christmas, my friend? How was your Christmas? I hope it was good. You found a dungeon map. Press start on the subscribe. We all know how maps work, right? Christmas was good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Did you do anything fun? That's a pretty early get for the dungeon map, which is pretty good. We need the dungeon map because I would get lost. I'm gonna get lost anyways, even with a map. I could get lost on my way out of a paper bag. Beamos. Good enemies, Beamos are. Classic Zelda enemy that... Are they in Breath of the Wild? I rewatched a review of the Star Wars Holiday Special with... Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds really fun. Have you guys ever seen, like, actually sat down and watched the Holiday Christmas Special? Because, oh boy. What am I doing wrong? I also watched a movie with my mom. I sat down and watched Elf with my mother. That is what we ended up doing. No, it looked painful. It's really bad. It's really bad. And I think a lot of it is because it's really boring. Like, sometimes it crosses into so bad it's good territory. For most of the time, though, you're just waiting for stuff to happen. You're just waiting for stuff to happen. And it really does, except for the part with B. Arthur. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that, like, I think is that the guy who are the people who did, was it just Starship? Is that the name of the, We Built This City? The band that does that? They were also in the holiday special. The part with Luke is just bizarre. The part with, I wanted me to share my stream streak, but it failed somehow, so I'll do it manually. Apparently I'm at 35. Good job being at 35. That is many days in a row that you have come in to watch the stream. I appreciate your patronage. I've been actually thinking about, like, how to grow the stream, how to get bigger number from people. And unfortunately, it's socials. I'm gonna have to increase my visibility, which sounds so lame and dumb, but it's the only way to do it. That or getting, like, an extreme stroke of luck and having, like, a really big streamer smile down upon me, put their hand in my mouth while I suckle generously, and that's how we get, no, don't touch, that's how we get bigger, I think. But unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. There will be no suckling on this stream, unfortunately, for all of y'all. Okay. I was thinking that okay, I gotta set some goals for myself, right? Or I'm never gonna do them. I should have a Discord soon. I don't want to set an exact time, because then I'd have to do it. You ever do that to yourself, where you're like, okay, I need to sit down and give myself a time. Give myself a time or I won't do it. And then you sit down and you're staring at the paper and you're like, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, because if I do it, I'll have to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not a shared experience. Maybe that's not something that most people agree with. I'm still getting Thanksgiving-themed ads? Wow, they're behind. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, because my work isn't even playing Christmas music anymore. And I'm like, it's not even over. And yeah, it is. It's December 26th. It's December 26th. But it so did not feel like Christmas this year that I just don't even... It just didn't even register that it's already over. You know what I mean? So, kind of sad about it. I love these lizard twinks. Have you guys seen the concept art for them? If you have not seen the concept art for the Lizalfos, look it up. It's so funny. Because some guy spent, like, a long time making really buff lizard concept art. And then when it gets translated to the game, they look like this and they make the sounds. Your mom has a fantastic pumpkin pie recipe? That's awesome. Do you do your pumpkin pie with, like, Cool Whip? Or do you just take it raw pumpkin? I'm interested. Would her recipe be ruined by the addition of Cool Whip? With the addition of Cool Whip? Yeah, I just didn't really get to... Cool Whip completes the recipe. Amen. Amen, brother. Amen. I didn't properly bask myself in Christmas vibes, so it's still hard for me to come to terms with the fact that it's over already this year. I just didn't... I didn't bask myself in it properly. Okay. I was making that harder than it needed to be. Inthafen, how many pieces of heart could we be at? Hello, video game? Lovingly? Oh, that was really scary. Save video game now. That was really scary. It uses less sugar and more condensed milk, so it's less sweet, and the whipped cream doesn't oversaturate the richness. Amen. I love people when they have, I think, at least 7 more. How? I love when people have, like, hyper-specific family recipes. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. Alright, you win. In return, I will sell you Deku Sticks! Okay. Come back again! We cannot have more Deku Sticks. I am a fool. I am a fool. Did the Dodongo respawn? He did. Huh. Hard to hit with the jump attack, huh? You have to space that properly. That's interesting. But the jump attack is so useful for killing them. For murking them. I see why he's selling Deku Sticks. I see why he's selling Deku Sticks. Am I missing any mini-games up at this point? Up until this point? Am I missing any mini-games? That's really what why he insta-die? Did the other one... No. There's no way the other one could have hit him. Why he have less health than the other guy? Why he have less health than the other guy? Stick. No. I thought I missed it. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Oh! Dompe is a yeah. Dompe is a yeah. I agree. Dompe is a yeah. So, but the problem with Dompe is that it's not really a mini game. It's more like gambling. I don't know. Do you consider gambling a mini game? If Zelda had pachinko, would it look like this? What? What did the treasure... Where? Help. Did it open a door? Found a neat fanfic about what? About what? What'd you find a neat fanfic about? What? I'm interested to hear what you found your fanfic about. There's nothing in these. Sag. The SCP Foundation explores the back rooms. That sounds very internet. That sounds extremely internet in all actuality. Those were things that I never really got into as a youngin' on the internet. I missed out on a lot of the horror stuff that children were supposed to get into on the internet. A lot of the horror things. I had a friend who was super into, like, creepypastas and stuff like that. We've talked about creepypastas on here before. But I didn't really read SCP Foundation, and then Backrooms is newer, isn't it? Backrooms is kind of a newer thing. I don't know. But, that does sound really fun. That sounds really, because the idea behind the SCP Foundation is that they are, like, paranormal researchers, almost, right? Paranormal researchers. I know that, like, children got super attached to the Backrooms, for better or for worse, right? And, my thing about the Backrooms, though, is what makes them scary is the unknown. That's what makes them scary, is the fact that they exist outside of reality and you don't know what's back there. It gets way less scary when you start naming and categorizing the things that are back there, which would be funny for the SCP Foundation. I'm not trying to rag on the premise of the fic. I think that's awesome for the premise of the fic, is to have a government organization explore the back rooms and kind of just catalog the mystery, but still run into issues because it is a mystery. That's a really good idea. I'm vaguely aware of this SAP Foundation. There was a bit where you could just go every now and then and press the random page button. And you pressed the random page button a lot, I assume. My thing was when people were like, yeah, the back rooms is scary because this guy's in there. And then they start naming the monsters and stuff like that. And it's like, no. No. The point was lost. I need to hit his booty, right? Stop it. I don't remember, but do most of the enemies take damage only in the back? Or do I just have to keep hitting him with bomb flowers? I don't have, what was it in Twilight Princess? They have the gem. The SCP Foundation is a research organization, but there are more about Casser. Yeah, they put, like, this guy is super scary because he can blow up the sun! And then they put him in a prism cell. Like, that's what they do. If you ever look at this guy, he'll find you and snap your neck because he doesn't want to be perceived! So they put him in a prison cell. I keep trying to blow him up. Will you die, sir? Yeah, you're so scary. Nar, I'm immersed. But that's like the backrooms and SCP being together makes sense. Like, yes, that makes sense. Kind of, but they don't just contain threats, anything anomalous. Yeah, but nobody cares about the ones that don't, you know, just insta-kill you. I think my problem with the SAP Foundation is that a lot of them were interesting and they had clear weaknesses, and it makes sense how they got caught. And then as time went on, it kind of just was like, I can one-up you and make a scarier monster. I can one-up you and make a scarier monster. And then the monsters just lost all credibility. Also, the other SCP thing I know is that their foot soldier type group is called the Mobile Task Force and is abbreviated to MTF. I only know that because of the other thing MTF stands for. That's awesome. I like the endless bag of potatoes. I also am intrigued. Endless bag of potatoes sounds like a funny SCP. And I do know that there's a lot like that, but those ones aren't usually the ones that people like, you know, bring up in conversation, but that is really funny. So it's just a bag that has endless potatoes in it. I remember my mother, my Swedish mother, was telling me about a bit of media that she watched either as a child or something like that. I don't remember if it was a Swedish movie, but it was something that she saw over there that was a guy who had pants, like golden pants, where he could get money out of the pants, but it was only a little bit of money at a time, but it was an unlimited amount of money from the pocket of this pants, so he could just like pull money out as to his heart's content so that he could buy things. I don't remember what it was, but that would also be, realistically, that would also be an SCP, wouldn't it? Ooh, rumble rumble, rumble rumble. I'm a big fan of cryptids. They made Task Force to explore it. They almost got crushed by potatoes after carving into the pocket dimension. Yeah, don't. it's a pocket dimension of potatoes. What are you guys doing? That's awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it is fun. It is fun, and it's huge and it's collaborative. I do remember, wasn't there a guy in Russia, quote-unquote, who tried to copyright the SCP Foundation and claim it all as his? I'm trying to... Dead zones. Dead zones. Dead zones. Stop. Don't miss. Don't miss. I don't remember if I read that once or if I was incorrect, but that feels right, right? That there once was a man who attempted to take away everybody's fun. by claiming it for his own, for money. Of the SCPs I read about, my favorites were always the low to no danger ones because they were allowed to just be strange and weird without being, whoa, this guy is big and scary and he can kill you and he can destroy the universe for free by putting a hole in it. My other favorite SCP is the coffee machine. What does it do? What does it do? Does it make a remarkable cup of joe? Does it make a remarkable cup of joe? Because if it makes a remarkable cup of joe, I might be inclined. I was actually thinking about, like, caffeine and stuff today. Because I was, like, falling asleep at work. I rely on Ooh, you never know what will be around the corner in these narrow paths. Use Z targeting to always look in the proper direction. This is a useful technique, isn't it? Yeah, it's alright. I unfortunately rely on caffeine. The Spooky's House of Jump Scares was originally an SCP fan game, I believe. Makes sense. Makes sense. It has a lot of references to, like, SCPs and creepypastas. But the problem is that I hate coffee. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It coats my mouth and it's all I taste for the rest of the day. And I'm not a big fan of bitter tastes anyways. And it's like, it's not coffee. It dispenses anything that can be in a liquid state and the cups are anomalous so they don't dissolve or burn up. That is fun. So it can dispense exactly what I need. Ow. Jerk. What was I talking about? Coffee, right? I just don't really care for it, and I don't like bitter drinks, and my big problem with coffee, like, honestly, is that if I have coffee, coating it in, like, one guy asked for a cup of Joe, and got Joe, the name Joe, yeah, his name was Joe, yeah. He got a cup of himself. You gotta be careful. Do I jump? Oh, yeah, you jump. No, come on. If I drown my coffee in creamer and caramel and sugar and stuff, then I don't like coffee. You know what I mean? Then I don't like coffee. I like sugar. And it doesn't stop it from tasting, like, the bitter will always be at the back of my throat. I should go for tea. I should have a good caffeinated tea. But the other problem is that I don't like to make things. I'm a very lazy person. I want to be able to just drink something and go. Which, again, is another knock against coffee. So, what do? I drink soda, which is not good. It's not good to have to rely on the caffeine in soda as the first thing in the morning. I understand that. But also, I have a citrus allergy. So, most of the caffeinated sodas, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, I can't drink because I have a citrus allergy. They have citrus in it. And that also cuts out a lot of, like, non-soda energy drinks. Because a lot of them have citrus in it. So, how do I get my caffeine? Dr. Pepper. I drink an ungodly amount of Dr. Pepper. Just a silly amount of Dr. Pepper. In order to stay awake during the day, because I also don't sleep well. And I also work a lot. I go to work often. So, it's bad when we run out. And it's also bad because everyone in my family also adores Dr. Pepper. They love it. They love it. It's their favorite soda. But it's also, like, the only thing that's keeping me functioning on most days. So, like, when we ran out today, I was practically falling asleep at work. And I think that after the stream, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna go to bed. Which is good, because it's going to be like 2 or 3 in the morning, so I should just go to bed. But I have the problem of, if I go to bed, then it's going to be tomorrow. And if it's tomorrow, I have to go to work. And I don't want to go to work. I don't want it to be tomorrow. I want it to be today so I can play video games. You see my problem here? You see my problem? You see what I'm struggling with, friends? Most interesting thing was someone in an emergency situation asked for a couple pertinent medical knowledge. He eventually lost the knowledge Liquid gave him when he drank it, and the request doesn't work anymore. So the machine is possibly self-aware. Interesting. And it's also a dick. If it doesn't let people do that all the time, it's a dick. It should let people do that. If I want to drink juice of nuclear bomb knowledge, I should be able to drink juice of nuclear bomb knowledge. It shouldn't take that away from me. Don't be rude. Let me know things. You are the one who said that you can have anything out of the juice machine. Stand by anything out of the juice machine. Is this where I came from? Which way was the way I came from? If it is self-aware, it's a meanie self-aware. I only know the SCPs that everybody knows. The one that kills you if you look at it, and the one that kills you if you're not looking at it. Those are the two SCP that I know. No. No. You can share as many SCP as you want, Nikki. I'm not, you're fine. Info dump about all your blorbos. I don't care. It gives me stuff to talk about. Just another murder monster? Is that the name of it? Is that the name of it? Because if so, I'm already pretty happy. What's in here? Do we have the... No, we already have the compass, don't we? Yeah. Oh! That's important. Huh. Yeah, that's really important. I didn't realize that the pertinent item was just sitting out there. That probably opens a lot of stuff up, huh, Anthafin? That opens up a lot of stuff for us. It's a generic monster that was contained with no plans to go further. So it's just there. It has no further point for its existence. A ton of stuff, yeah. We're kind of flying through this dungeon. It is not... I think I might have to... Because I don't want this to be a 30-minute long stream. Like, an hour and 30 minutes, yes. But not like a 30-minute long stream. I don't care about these guys. Bye. I do know that there is, what do they call it? A gold Skulltula that can only be gotten here as an adult. Oh, it does. A new director took over the site and was like, this seems cruel, let's learn about it. And do they learn horrible things about it? Do they learn horrible things about it? Do they learn horrible things about it? Die. Very good, dead Bimos. Okay. And then this is an elevator all the way to the top now, which is pretty nice. Turns out the intellect of a toddler and learned very quickly. With that switch on, the moving platform goes higher. Now you can quickly reach the second floor. Yay! Giant dead Dodongo. When it sees red, a new way to go will be open. Giant dead Dodongo. Giant dead Dodongo. Okay. It learned to cook. Then it's not just another murder monster. It's a chef. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. I think we nailed it. Nervous. Very good. We flew through this dungeon. God bless. Okay. I thought that was going to take us a little bit more time. Thought that was going to take us a little bit more time. Did not. What's in here? What's in here? What's in here? What's in here? Oh, never mind then. Sedge. Yeah, that's why I liked it. Turns out when you don't deprive a sapient creature of stimulation, it's actually pretty agreeable. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that you can make friends with Murder Monster if you teach it how to cook. How many horror movie monsters would have been better if we just taught them how to cook? How many could we have domesticated? Do you think we could have domesticated Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers? Domesticated Freddy Krueger. Okay. Don't hurt! Bad boy! When I think of domesticated Freddy Krueger, I imagine Freddy Krueger in, like, a frilly apron, but otherwise completely himself. Nice. Hearts. Hearts are important. We don't have that many. We do not have that many. No! I want to know, okay, actually I'm interested, because I'm thinking about what I'm going to do after the stream. I'm going to go to bed, because my head hurts, and I'm tired. But, what am I going to do when I go to bed? And I think right now I've just been rewatching all of Legend of Total War's old disaster campaigns, because Legend of Total War is going to be retiring from Total War as a series. So I'm just going through like a walk through memory lane of their content, of his content. And what do you guys typically watch to go to bed? Because, come on, let's be honest. It's not like you're just raw dogging sleep. What do you usually do to, like, to help you go to bed? What's your nightly ritual? What's your Betty Bye ritual? I'm interested. Because I didn't used to have a video playing, but then my first girlfriend, Jurassic Park ASMR sounds. Jurassic Park ASMR sounds. That's fascinating. She could not sleep without a video playing. So then I also got used to it, and I have not been able to shake it. I now don't have to have it playing at full volume. Rain with dino sounds. What if the dinos are really scary? What type of dino sounds? Is there like peaceful, awesome Diplodocus? Or is there like the menacing, terrifying Tyrannosaurus Rex? Usually I don't have anything playing, but I'm struggling. I watch Scary Game Let's Plays. That's interesting. Why specifically Scary Game? Why specific... Jerk. Why specifically Scary Games? I want to know T-Rex, Raptors, Sauropods. I would be too scared. I would be too scared of the monsters that might get me. You know what I mean, Nikki? I'd be too scared. You're braver than me. I would be like, why not a Patasaurus? Why can't it be a Patasaurus? Ah, no! I didn't realize my fairy was there! Well, we won't need it. Dinosaurs are awesome. I love dinosaurs. Obviously. No! I love dinosaurs a lot. But I am also scared of monsters. I don't want to get aided. I'd be scared of getting aided. You know what I mean? I'm a little dinosaur, if you haven't noticed. The Velociraptor is about 18 inches tall. I think. So, I have quite the size disadvantage when it comes to creatures like the Utah Raptor and or the mighty, fearsome, menacing Tyrannosaurus Rex. I would be at a disadvantage. It's just prudent for me to be a little bit scared of them. Yes. Well, here's the boss. Another good SAP is an ice cream truck that can give any ice cream flavor. I think I've read about that one. I think that is one that I have read about. Alright. Alright! Does anybody know any good Ocarina of Time soft locks? Does anybody know any good Ocarina of Time? However, if it turns you into ice cream if you can't pay. Oh, God! That's mean. That's mean. Why does it do that to you? Do you think Dodongos go through like a frog life span thing, and that lava is where they put their spawn? Is that what a frog's eggs clutch are called? Spawn? I missed. I can't watch anything when sleeping. I get incredibly annoyed by basically any noise when sleeping. The fan I have so I have so much bees with detaining mice in my room. They are so loud. Have you put up some traps? I sleep soon, but hello Zareth, how are you? It is a little bit late. It's like 1 in the morning, isn't it? It is a little bit late, but it's awesome of you to stop by. Ow! Super duper very late, yeah, but at least it's a Friday. Or Saturday now, I guess. I have to go to work tomorrow, but you don't. Want to know my favorite haunted video game stories? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. What was I talking about before that? Dinosaur? No! What is a frog's egg clutch called? I think they're called spawn. So I think Dodongos have a similar lifestyle to frogs. Because they come out as those little wormy tadpole things. And then when they mature, they have 2 legs. And then we have King Dodongo, who clearly has 4 legs. And is also dead. Rip King Dodongo, you were a real one. Greatest boss fight of all time. And down he goes. Yeah. Rip. Poor guy. Why does Nintendo keep having big giant lizards fall into lava and then they die? Why does Nintendo keep doing that to their big giant lizards? It happens in Metroid too, but in Metroid it's a lot scarier. There's no way they're like frogs. I bet they're more like bearded dragons. But their lifestyle, Zareth. Their lifestyle. Do bearded dragons come out with no legs? Do bearded dragons come out with no legs? Do they get born without legs? I'm talking about legs. I'm talking about the growth of legs. Tadpoles? Tadpoles get 2 legs. Tadpole become frog 4 leg. Like Dodongo. Like Dodongo. They probably feel like bearded dragons. Why do you think he doesn't have legs when he's born? Because they don't. It's me, Darunia. Well done. You see the juvenile Dodongos, and they don't have legs. Thanks to you, we can once again eat the delicious rocks from Dodongo's Cavern until our stomachs burst. Don't do that. That sounds gross. What a wild adventure. It will make an incredible story. I can't believe that the Dodongo suddenly appeared in such great numbers. And that big rock blocking the cave. All this trouble must have been caused by that Gerudo thief, Ganondorf. Don't call him that. Stop. What has no legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 4 legs in the evening? I know this one. It's a frog. He said, "Give me the spiritual stone. Only then will I open the cave for you. You, on the other hand, risked your life for us. Kid, I like you. How's about you and I become sworn brothers?" You have no legs in the morning, 2 in the... No, there's no big ceremony involved. Just take this as a token of our friendship. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. There it is. Pretty little rock. How much do you think I could sell it on the black market for? I like the see-through, like, texture effects they did for, like, the gems and stuff. I know this is Ship of Arcadian, so it doesn't look exactly like the one. I don't think it looks exactly like the Nintendo 64 version, but I still like it. You obtained the Goron's Ruby. This is the spiritual stone of fire passed down by the Gorons. You don't know what he means by sworn brothers, but you've collected 2 spiritual stones. You have 1 more to find. Brother, you'll keep brushing up on your skills as you travel, won't you? You should go see the Great Fairy on top of Death Mountain. She will power you up. Hey, everybody, let's see off our brother. You did great. How about a big Goron hug, brother? They just want a hug. What, you can't handle the Rock Man's hug? The Rock Man cometh. Alright, let's get to the top of the mountain and touch a Great Fairy. Lovingly? Carefully. Incredibly carefully. Hey, it's this guy. No, we don't need to follow him. We don't need to talk to him! We don't need to talk to him! We don't need to go up that way. We need to go up this way. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I did that poorly. I don't even know if this blowing up this rock does anything for you. Oh, it gives you money. You're just gonna have to watch me fail to bomb things for a little bit, and then it'll be all okay. Hey! Is this where you get the, Oh, come on. Is this where you get the, Come on. The owl takes you down the mountain to get the, cow. Why'd you do that? Piece of heart. Yes, thank you. God bless. God please. No, stop throwing it like that. Gonna run out of, ooh, a hole. There is a cow down here. What now, brown cow? I love how many cow holes they have in this game. There's just a silly amount of holes with cows in them. Or in these 2 games, because I think Majora's Mask is where a bunch more cows and holes appear. It's a very interesting little idea they have. Was it just funny? I think cows were considered quite funny at this time, right? Because, Diablo also had, like a cow zone or something like that, didn't it? Oh god. I don't know. Maybe cows were just big in the late 90s. Like Dance Revolution. I think that's the one, DDR, where, yeah, Dance Revolution. Still big in Japan, from what I've heard. But, arcades in general just don't have the grip on American pop culture that they once had. Which is sad. I think that arcades could really make a comeback. And I'm not talking about, like, barcades. I'm not talking about where you go get drunk and play, like, Space Invaders. I'm talking about, like, good old-fashioned realsies arcades. Not just millennial stuff. I'm talking, like, you know, 8-year-olds going to play Street Fighter type stuff. I feel like that could have a comeback. I feel like that could mean something again someday. But, I don't know. I don't know. There's a reason why the business plan died out in the United States, right? There's a reason why it doesn't have the same hold on popular culture that it once had. Oh! My bad. There we go. You never realize how much you need this song until you don't have it. Is what I've heard from people who play randomizers. I don't like that they gave her pointy booty. They gave her pointy booty cheeks. Welcome, Bink. I am the Great Fairy of Power. I'm going to grant you a sword technique. Thanks. Receive it now! Did they really think that, like, I'm sorry, Nintendo. She's just too pointy. She's just too pointy. I like how they tried to make, like, a highly eroticized character in the Nintendo 64 graphics. Don't forget the piece of heart in the mountain and spider there, too. Well, I gotta go take the bird down the way to get the piece of heart from the cow. And then I can go back up the mountain to get that stuff, right? And then we can do Sun Song. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we could do. We got a lot of stuff that we could do. Pay attention to my magic meter. No thanks, ma'am. And she's wearing like an ivy garter. Like they really... That sounds horribly inefficient. What? In what universe? Yes, I will talk to the Hyrule Castle one. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. I think that, the Great Fairy is one of my favorite weapons in Hyrule Warriors. It's a very funny weapon. I like that weapon a lot. Alright, bird, take me down. Woohoo! Well, it looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. But you still don't really look like the hero who will save Hyrule. At least not yet. If you're going back down the mountain, I can lend you a wing. Come here and grab my talons and hold on tight. Hoo-hoo! Yep. I love being inefficient. It's all about the experience. It's all about the experience, you know what I'm saying? Why would you do something efficiently if you could do it poorly? You're really, like, right there at the entrance to the stuff? Okay. We'll go back up. Don't worry. We'll go right back up. This is the same song that they play for Navi. Navi's Flight. Mrrr. Mrrr. Yay! Yay! We're gonna have 6 hearts for Lord Jabu Jabu. That's not bad. 6 hearts for Lord Jabu Jabu is pretty good, right? I don't know. I'm pretty sure 6 hearts will be just fine for Lord Jabu Jabu. How many could we have before Lord Jabu Jabu in Thafin? How many hearts could we have realistically and feasibly if we decided to do get as many things as possible before Lord Jabu Jabu? Because that might be fun, too. It will be like the inverse of my Majora's Mask stream, where I finished like 7 hearts right before Majora. Instead, we get all the stuff that we need to get. Yep, just swing. Just swing. Everything will work out, just swing. Do these guys take damage from the... Oh. Hey, Seeker, how are you? What are you up to? Did you have a good Christmas? How is a Danish Christmas? How is it celebrated there? Do you guys get Christmas markets? Oh, don't touch! Don't touch. Okay, I'm really bad at this. Tektites are really interesting enemies to me. They would be a pretty good just chicken in. Christmas was pretty good, nothing out of the usual. Hope Horse was good as well. It was. Thank you for asking. I had a lot of fun. Definitely 9. I just remembered Bombchu bowling. That sounds lame. I remember Bombchu bowling as well. How am I supposed to get this spider? He's all the way up there, and I'm all the way down here. I don't have the boomerang. I don't have the boomerang, so I can't get him. I'm sure there's a way to get him. Walk into the wall? Walk into the wall? What? How are you supposed to know that? What? Why can you do that? Secret? Huh. That's crazy. I have never known that. That's crazy. So we could get 9 hearts before Lord Jabu Jabu, is what you're saying. Which puts us at what? That would put us at... Lens of Truth? Maybe. Maybe the Lens of Truth would show it. But that means you would have to get the Lens of Truth, which is what? Shadow Temple? Shadow Temple? Oh, those rocks are permanently gone? Those rocks are gone forever? Where's the other blow-up wall? Is there another blow-up wall? Or is that all of them? What? Oh, okay. You okay, bud? You okay? Possibly more? I'm not even actually checking a tracker, even though I probably could. This is just off the top of my head. Okay, flex. Flex, why don't ya? Why don't ya? Flex, why don't ya? No, it's just kind of crazy that Christmas is... There's one more on the way to Goron City. Gotcha. It's just kind of crazy that Christmas is already over. Does anybody have any crazy New Year's plans? Is anybody planning crazy things for New Year's? I'm out of bombs. I'm out of bombs. I used all my bombs. I wish I did. I'm going to be at work. Just like always. I'm going to be at my job. It's so exciting. Lots and lots of wine. That sounds awesome. Do you have a favorite? Do you like red wine or white wine? Get drunk and watch Stranger Things. Is the new season out? Is it still any good? I've heard that Stranger Things has lost its cultural capital. Is that true? Is that true? White wine is strictly for cooking. Huh. I didn't know that. Is that, like, normal? Can you drink white wine even without? It's amazing critics are liars. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. White wine is that true all the time? Or can you still drink white wine? God bless. White wine. Like, just point blank. I wouldn't know. Come on, make happy. Make happy. Make happy. Yay! First try, make happy. First try, make happy. We did it. Where do you get your wine from? Do you just, do you have a specific wine that you drink? Or is it just whatever you get your hands on? I know, we sell a lot of wine. But I'm pretty sure that, like, American wine... I mean, if I were to offer white wine at a dinner or something, I'd definitely drink it. But I'd be planning their slow and painful demise at the same time. Merlot! Merlot! That sounds good. I can't drink much anymore. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Because I was stupid with it. And I do remember that, like, I have memories from the night that made me quite incapable of drinking alcohol. And one of them was, like, double fisting red solo cups of red wine spiced with something else after, like, a third of a bottle of vodka and who knows how many beers. And it was Coronas. It was Coronas. Not like... Because I remember someone handed me a Bud Light to try while I was double fisting this wine. And even that far gone, even like being as bad as I was, I tasted the Bud Light and went, this is piss. This is piss. And it's not good. But I have never... I don't know if I've ever had Merlot. Is Merlot? Is it a type of wine or is it a brand of wine? It's a wine grape. Merlot. Popular soft red wine grape known for its fruity flavors, plum, cherry, and blackberry, and smooth, fleshy texture, often with notes of chocolate, vanilla, or spice, making it a versatile, crowd-pleasing red. Great for beginners, pairing well with poultry, pasta, and roasted meats. A dark blue grape, it's a key component in Bordeaux blends, and widely grown globally, ripening earlier than Cabernet Sauvignon, offering a less tannic, approachable style. Profile flavor. Ripe red and black fruits, with hints of cocoa, spice, vanilla, or tobacco, as it ages or is oak aged. Body and tannins. Medium bodied, with softer, smoother tannins than Cabernet Sauvignon, making it less astringent and more approachable. Generally considered a dry wine, but its fruitiness can make it seem less so. It's excellent with pizza, barbecue chicken, roasted turkey, beef short ribs, pasta, and even ratatouille! A primary grape in Bordeaux blends. Cabernet Franc, and popular as a standalone varietal. Popular as a it's a brand, at least I think so. Yeah, I that's... Coors Banquet. Coors Banquet. Are you a beer drinker? I feel like American beers are very different than European beers. I feel like American beers are very different than European beers. Ratatouille! The rat? Why are they eating the ratatouille? What is ratatouille? I'm gonna look that up too. I'm gonna look up ratatouille. Ratatouille. Not the film. Ratatouille dish. Ratatouille is a classic French provençal vegetable stew featuring eggplant, zucchini, tomatoes, bell peppers, and onions, known for its rustic flavor or its elegant layered confipialdi presentation popularized by the Pixar movie of the same name. Whether stewed simply on the stovetop or arranged artfully and baked, it celebrates late summer produce, using olive oil and herbs for a vibrant, healthy dish often served as a side or main course. Diced vegetables are sautéed and simmered in a hearty rustic stew, sometimes called ratatouille niçoise. I can't speak French. I cannot speak French. Ratatouille is the rat from the Cooking movie? No, it's not his name. Don't call him Ratatouille. His name is Remy. Yes, I love beer, but also vodka and rum. See, I'm like, his name is Remy, and he's more than a rat. He's a chef. He's a chef. No, that's interesting. I like learning about other cultures' food. I really like learning about other cultures' food and drink. And I'm pretty sure European beer is it's very different than American beer. Because I think Europeans take more pride in their beer. He's ratatouille and nothing anyone says can convince me otherwise. Unfortunately, Zareth, you're French. You have turned French. I hope you're okay with that. Ever had Danish beer? Carlsberg or Tuborg? I can't say that I have. I want to. The problem is that I like I like being buzzed. I like a good drunk. It makes me so sick to drink. Alcohol makes me so sick to drink, and it's really sad because I would love to lose it a little, but I don't know. I have to like consider like how okay I am with oh, Poe. How okay I am with getting sick for the sake of experiencing new flavors. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I would love to try some of that stuff, though. Are you a big fan of Danish beer? Because I know, like, a German lager is really popular here. Automod will not... Let me send my comment about the French! If it's not nice, you probably shouldn't say it. If Automod is catching it, then I'm terrified of being inebriated. Yeah, man. If you don't want to, you don't want to, and you don't have to. I hope that sums up how I feel about being French. It kind of does. It really does. I'm filling it in like a Rorschach test, and I'm like, ooh. Absolutely love it, but like you, I'm definitely not as robust as a drinker as I was in my early 20s. Yeah. Yeah, I was just really stupid about it. I was just really stupid about it. I had a little bit too much fun. Always be responsible, children. Tell me about it. Oh, it was just it was a party. It was like a party in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in an area of the States where a lot of your friends. No. Zareth was present at this party. So Zareth remembers this event. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, Zareth. I'm just gonna do not. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Zareth was present at this event. So, it was really normal for you to have friends who had, like, acres and acres and acres and acres of empty land, right? And I had one such friend. Oh, I thought Tell Me About It was an idiomat. Oh. Yes, it is. I just read it straight. I just read it straight. I thought you were saying, tell me about it. Tell me what he can tell me about it as well. You can also say like, oh, tell me about it, man. Yeah, that is an idiomatic way. I just read it completely straight. No, it's just completely normal where I grew up in the States to have friends who have miles and miles of empty land. Right? And one such friend, it was a summer break, I think. It was a summer break. It was like, hey, we're gonna have a bonfire with a bunch of, people. I want you to come and you should, you know, we'll get crunked, right? But it was funny because I was going with him to the store, the local store, and he bought like, no, stop. He bought like 3 different gallons of orange juice. And I was like, dude, come on. Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know what you're doing there. And he's like, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Nobody will notice. And then there was this guy at the, ooh. Yes, okay. Yeah, you were like, no, nobody's gonna know. Stop it. Stop. Be less annoying. Nobody's gonna know. And orange juice and vodka is just revolting. Yeah, that's why I drink it straight. There was a guy at the checkout who was like, hey, this poem is dedicated to the memory of the dearly departed members of the royal family. The rising sun will eventually set. A newborn's life will fade. From sun to moon, moon to sun, give peaceful rest to the living dead. This is an interesting poem. Yeah, it doesn't rhyme. It has no rhyme scheme. Something is inscribed on the tombstone. It's the secret melody of the Composer Brothers. Yeah, he said all that? Yeah, he did. No. What he said, he looked at the 3 things of orange juice and was like, wow, that's a lot. And it's like, yeah. He's like, I hope you guys have fun. You know what I mean? It's like, I felt so called out. I was like, I knew it. Everybody knows. But no, it was funny because we go to that middle of nowhere plot. Turn on, get a big bonfire going, and I drank just way too much. Just way too much. And got really sick. He literally asked if we had enough vodka for all of it. It was a cool guy. Yeah. I'm stuck in the gross water. Oh, come on. No! Stop! Stop screaming! I know I can play the Sun Song to freeze him, but we don't need to. We can just run past him. No, it was just interesting because I got really drunk and really sick. And since we were in the middle of nowhere, when I took a shower the next morning, I learned that at some point in the night, I had managed to procure a parasitic animal in a very unfortunate place. I had a tick. In a very unfortunate place. And I was still not entirely sober when we woke up, when we got up that morning. So actually digging the tick out of its unfortunate location was difficult. Are you understanding this correctly? It depends. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I was like, I forgot about that, you poor thing. Yeah, no, it was really bad because I was like, my fingers wouldn't listen to me. So I was trying to dig it out, and it got to the point where I had disconnected its body, but its head was still stuck in there. So, I remember sending a snap to one of my friends and going, hey, I have a tick. And they were like, oh my god. Few people can say they've gotten head from a tick. You should be proud. No, its head got stuck. But yes, yeah, no, that's what that. Yes, that is exactly where I found it. It was an experience. It didn't hurt. Didn't hurt at all. I was too inebriated for it to hurt. But yes, that ever since that night, I cannot stomach it. And I really wish I could, because I had so much fun. I really did have so much fun, but it makes me really sick. But that's what you get for drinking a third of bottle of vodka. Who knows how many beers, and also like who knows how much wine, and maybe a few shots of Patron. Maybe a few. Where's Dompe? Isn't Dompe supposed to come out? Are you supposed to be out here, sir? At time. Oh. I want to do the Dompe game. I want to do the Dompe game. At time. I messed with my ads. I did. I tried to move them around and stuff like that so people didn't have to be stuck in them for so long. It's crazy because the Twitch, you hate the Dompe game? Yeah, it sucks. What was the well, I think Inthafin's in an ad right now. Inthafin has a way to cheese it. Inthafin has a way to cheese it. What do you say? People are disgusting. My own father and mother are disgusting. You must be disgusting too. Okay. Whatever. I know that Inthafin has a way to cheese it. Which might be fun to show off. At time. Graveyard. I think time doesn't pass in these two areas, so we need to go Twitch push head and shoulder, which I already used. And now they're pushing washing machines. Do they think I'm somebody? Yeah, well, I've read that you get ads for your location. So maybe there's someone in your area who is a disgusting gremlin. But also, you're watching a VTuber on Twitch. So, maybe it's just, I don't know. I did see there's a subreddit, called like Hollow Cells or something like that, which I hope is a meme subreddit, but I don't know if it is. It seems to be dedicated to incels who watch Hololive, which is probably not a meme subreddit, the more I think about it. But yes, so you all, I'm getting to the, it sounds depressing. Incels always are. They always are. Ads are connected locally, yes, often through Wi-Fi or people being physically close to you, or from things you've Googled on your phone. Interesting. Thank you, Zareth, Internet Man. That's fascinating. Ads are connected locally. So there's someone in your area who really needs some shampoo. I don't know. I used to spend a lot of time in incel subreddits and stuff like that, but not because I am an incel, mostly because I was just deeply interested in the culture. Which is a weird thing to say about incels. But no, it's just fascinating because they are a terminally online group. They are a terminally online people. They're a fascinating bunch. They really are. Like, from a cultural anthropology standpoint, it is a fascinating group of people who definitely need a lot of help. Though they don't listen to you through your mic, at least. That's a myth. Yeah, that is one that I hear a lot, and I'm like, no, they just have your location data. They just have your location data. And they know everything about you through what you do, what you look up. They have all your data, but they can't listen through your microphone. Shut it, Navi. We're exploring. We're exploring. I don't know. Usually their subreddits get nuked, and that's for good reason, because a lot of the times they encourage suicide and or murder. This one you can permanently bunk up, can't you? You can permanently ruin this one, can't you? Now I'm nervous. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I was focusing really hard to make sure that I didn't mess it up permanently. Move the back corner one even a little. Yeah, because then you can push it like this. I was confused as to what I was doing. There we go. Life is good. Life is good. Go! Go in there! No, it's just a fascinating group of individuals who are deeply upset and disturbed and need oftentimes professional help and to change their sense of self-worth. But that requires a lot of effort, and it's interesting because they have very real grievances that can be what defines an incel. So incel stands for involuntary celibate. So incels and people who believe in that are a subculture on the internet who believe that they do not get sex because they have a bunch of traits that are seen as less valuable. There's 2 available freestanding pieces of art in Gerudo Valley. Can I get the song of Pona song? Why change yourself when you can just blame women and minorities? Unfortunately, incredibly common. Unfortunately, incredibly common. Yeah. It's a very common, like, knee-jerk reaction to anything. Instead of bettering yourself and, really kind of digging deep into what you are, you should probably... Yeah, I think so. Hello. Oh, it's the fairy boy again. I heard that you found my dad. Jesus, horse. It seems like Epona is afraid of you, fairy boy. Everyone could be attractive. It can be hard work, though. Yeah, and I'm like, they have some very real grievances and points. There is parts of society at large that does put an emphasis on certain traits. And physical attractiveness is one of them. Physical attractiveness is a trait that they put an emphasis on. But there's a lot of ways to be attractive. And there's a lot of people who are attractive and have meaningful relationships and partners without being, quote unquote, conventionally attractive. My mother composed this song. Isn't it nice? Let's sing together. Oh, cute Ocarina. Are you gonna play this song with that Ocarina? And, I don't know. They're the ones who talk about, like, high value mail, and like Stacy's and Roasties and Chad's and the Black Pill and stuff like that. They have a lot of terminally online internet lingo. I think it started on 4chan and then spilled out into other corners of the internet, as toxicity tends to do. But they have some, it's just interesting because it's like they pinprick, like they get a real pain point in the way that the world works, and then they come up with all the wrong solutions. Yeah, all these terms are, and you probably shouldn't become, what do they call? You probably shouldn't become familiar with them. There's really no point. It's like it's just painful. It's just painful. And a lot of them are, like, actively suicidal, and a lot of them are neats, and a lot of them desperately need to grab the reins of their life and take hold. But I can also understand why it's so hard to do so, right? Like, why it feels so crushing to be alive. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, they identify pain points and then just do all the wrong solutions. All the wrong solutions, and they blame all the wrong people. They blame all the wrong people. Yes, it is usually, yeah, depression. Yeah. It usually is, like, women and minorities who are the nature of their ire. Which, like, what else is new, unfortunately? The problem is that a lot of some of the more radical incel circles very much encourage femicide. There's a bomb grotto on the outskirts of... Whoa, wait up, buddy. What? Head south from here. No. I actually just skipped everything you said. No matter how hard it is, just don't get discouraged. Amen, see? He could... There's a bomb grotto outside on the outskirts of Hyrule Wall. What is the bomb grotto to? What does that term mean? Femicide? Killing of women. Killing of women. Femicide. It's a very real issue in many places in the world. Femicide. You learn a new term today. It is unfortunately common way to keep women under control, quote unquote, is to kill the ones that... Oh, that's pretty bad. Don't like it. Yep. It's bad, and unfortunately common. I'm pretty sure that Bomb Grotto is a piece of heart, but it's just as likely to be 5 rupees. Perfect! Perfect! Is it over here? There's a pea hat over here. There's a pea hat over here. But it is... Oh! Perfect. They spawned in the water and died. I kind of wish the night cycle was a little bit longer. I'm sad that the night cycle is as short as it is. I don't know. I know where all the grottos are, but what's in them is something I'm not... Well, this one's a fairy fountain. That's interesting. That's a fairy fountain. I don't know. Is this a problem you have to deal with in Denmark? Is this something that... Because, Seeker, you seemed quite familiar with the term. Are you just terminally online, or is it something you have to deal with over there? Because it is kind of a real problem in the States. I'm terminally online. Perfect. Me too. Me too. I've been pretty terminally online recently. I've been spending a lot of time on just like... Oh, BT dubs. BT dubs. I'm ready for the BT dubs. No, all Denmark men are insanely attractive and have dozens of girlfriends. I do remember there was a writing. No, stop. I don't want to talk to you. No. Okay, that's fine, Kapora. I thought you were gone. I don't know why you're here again. There's a pea hat in the background. It's flying away. I remember reading, like, a bit of historical data from, like, when the Danes first landed in England and started getting their Danes gold from the Anglo-Saxons there. Yeah, oh my gosh! You got me on something, Seeker. When the Danes invaded England, the Englishmen were mad at the Danes because, the Danes would comb their hair and wash, and the women liked them better because of it. I thought that was really funny. I can't exactly leave the house very often, so I spend a lot of time online. Definitely unhealthy. Yeah. The internet's a dangerous place for your mental health. Can you put a good... yeah, okay. So, usually, like, I can track why. You know what I mean? I can track why our administration does certain things. I can track why. Because, like, American foreign policy is usually pretty straightforward. I have no clue what's going on with Greenland. I don't know why we want Nobody wants Greenland. Nobody wants Greenland. I have no clue what is going on with Greenland. I have no clue why we're spending so much time screwing over our closest allies. I have no clue why. Like, I know why. I know why. I know that it's because it's all a Russian plant. It's fine. It's whatever. It's all a Russian plant to weaken the European Union. But why Greenland? What does Greenland have? There's a heart behind the waterfall. There's a heart behind the waterfall. Why Greenland? Because Venezuela at least has oil, right? Everybody makes a joke about the United States with oil. No, it's true. It's unfortunately the only thing we live for. Oil. But, like, that's why Venezuela is being invaded. But why Greenland? What does Greenland have? Does Greenland have, like, rare earth metals? It's way past my bedtime and my mom's gonna mad at me for staying up so late, so I bid you farewell. It's been a pleasure. I always love having you in chat, Zareth. Thank you for coming to, thank you for coming to watch. No, my chicken! My chicken! I don't know what's going on with Greenland. I don't know what's going on with Greenland, and I don't know which billionaire is causing us to go to war over. It's bizarre to me. I guess it's due to the natural resources. Does it have a lot of natural resources? Like, what does it have? What does it have? It barely has any Greenlanders. It barely has any Greenlanders. Hi, lady. Why did you come all the way down here? What? You were just about to ask me the same thing. Well, now that you're down here, you may as well make the best of things. Amen. Must admit, I'm not caught up on the details. Me neither! I'm very confused. I don't know. I don't know if it's just like an annexation thing. If it's just like we're flexing our muscles by taking land, imperialism style. If, like, we're just... I don't know. I don't know. It literally makes no sense to me. It literally makes no sense to me. There's another piece of heart you can get by jumping onto the platform with the cuckoo on the left side of the bridge. Yeah, I need to go back there, though. I went into the water. I went into the water. But would that be another heart? Would that be another heart? Come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart. Yeah, it's like, it's been just bizarre for me. It's just been bizarre for me, because I'm like, we're still on that? We're really gonna destroy our relationship with some of our closest allies over this? Really? Okay. You can do Scarecrow Part 1. I don't want to do Scarecrow Part 1. Scarecrow, I don't know. Why would I want to do Scarecrow Part 1? I guess because we're there. I guess because we're there. I guess because we're there and it's hard to get back. We have to jump down into the Gerudo water. Because it's like, yeah, if I'm going to go dine in Venezuela, at least I know it was for some random oil baron, right? But I have no clue what we're dying over Greenland for. It doesn't make sense to me. But again, like, a lot of these choices, I don't know how, like, it's told over there or how, like, the news frames it, but I do want to say how unpopular a lot of these choices are. Like, 70-something% of Americans do not want to invade. I think it's like 74% of Americans want nothing to do with Venezuela. So I do want to say that it's like, it's not Americans being crazy, okay? it's our current fascist regime. Oh man. Which one do I talk to? Pierre? Yeah, oh well. Yeah. We'll just have to see if we get elections in 2028. And if we don't, well, it was nice knowing you. Fantastic tune. It touches my heart. Wait. Wait. Is he gonna get the whole thing? I did not know it keeps going. I did not know it keeps going. That's awesome. If you come up with a nice song, come back and let me hear it. No, thank you. I want to meet the one guy who thinks that invading Venezuela is a good idea. I just want to ask. I just want to ask why. Huh. Well, not bad. I will remember for you anyway. I don't mean I can't remember only 8 notes. Well, let's just cut it right there for now, baby. Does anybody... There. Let's make something easy to remember. It's an odd situation indeed, especially since the U.S. has always been seen as such a close ally here, and now the Danish just recently see it as a national security threat for the first time in history. I don't get it. I literally don't get it. I do not get it. I do not get it. I hate living in a rogue state. I hate it. I hate it, because I love other countries. I love other cultures. I love other nations. And, like, the United States set itself up with Pax Americana. It set itself up to be the world's policeman. I didn't like that, but it's what we were. So a lot of countries relied on us for defense and for other things, right? Like, a lot of European nations don't really have that big of militaries. Japan does not have a military. And now they're thinking of increasing their own arms and getting nuclear weapons because we're acting like a rogue state. I don't understand it. Our foreign policy is bizarre at this point. They're already trying to find reasons to detain people like me, so at least it'd be interesting. Yeah, to see what will happen. It does not make sense. And also, if you're gonna do, like, a crazy, evil, fascist state with, you know, like, genocide camps and stuff like that, you gotta go way slower than they tried. They were like, we have 4 years to get this done. And everybody's just gonna let it happen. And it's like, no, your policies are wildly unpopular. Your policies are wildly unpopular. So, sorry, the one-party system is not going to work out. I'm sorry. No matter how much you cheat, the one-party system is not going to work out because people are very upset. The people are very upset. Not to get, like, super into, like, American politics here on my Ocarina of Time stream. Maybe a weird place to get into that, especially because it's a divisive thing right now. But I'm just like, I don't know. I keep seeing the news and going, what the frick are we doing? I can't imagine what it looks like to other countries. I cannot imagine what it looks like to other countries. Is this, oh yeah, it's all Link's internal monologue again. Link's a true patriot. He loves the United States of America. No, I think about it a lot. I'm like, I cannot imagine, because foreign policy is interesting to me. How nations interact, how people interact on, like, a global scale. Because we are a global economy. We have a lot of, like, every country in the world has to interact with each other for some reason or another. So, to watch the United States just suddenly kill itself on the global stage and just continuously humiliate itself over and over and over and over again, I can't imagine. I mean, like, even one of my biggest problems with talking to Europeans online was how much they just did not know the average American and how much they hated the United States. So, and they had just, like, really bad ideas about what it was actually like to live here. It was just really annoying. Because it's like, come on, guys. Look past your own arrogance for a second. But now, even those guys are, at first it was like, haha, Death to America, very funny. But then, like, now, after a year of this, it's like, hey, are you guys okay? What are you guys doing over there? What's going on? Because each decision just gets more and more bizarre. And you have to laugh about it, or otherwise you'd cry. Oh, man. It's just bizarre. It's crazy how the last, like, 10 years of American politics has shaped out. But I really do. I really do. I want to know what other news cycles are talking about. I want to know what other countries are saying. I want to know what other citizenries think about it. Because unfortunately, American politics is world politics. We set ourselves up to be everybody's military. And that means that when we go rogue, you have the most powerful military in human history on one of the most prosperous nations in human history, deciding that attacking Greenland, of all places, is a worthy goal. And everybody has to... It's all negative here, quite reasonably. I would also agree quite reasonably. Quite reasonably. It's insane the level of control that guy has over what was once the Republican Party. Because that's not... it's insane. It's insane. The level of control that man has. And I always get so mad because I'm like, really? For him? For him? It really goes to show that a populist demagogue can appear from anywhere. And for anything. I don't know. It's just fascinating. It's just fascinating. And I have to look at it like I'm looking at a historical event and not like I'm living it, or I would be very upset. I would be very upset. Because I am, unfortunately, living it. I don't know. I'm, like, constantly embarrassed, I think, is the best way to say it. I'm just constantly embarrassed. Because I'm like, oh my god, people are watching this happen. I'll never understand what these people find appealing about a psychopathic toddler. He's got a drag queen kind of persona. You have to understand, he's really funny. No. I'm trying to, like, put it into words. I don't know if, like, it's hard. It's hard to talk about. So, I don't know if you're, like, actually asking or anything like that, if you really want me to get into how a guy like him got into one of the most powerful offices in the world. But it's, like, 90 years worth of American politics. Someone like him was inevitable. Yeah, it's a monumentally complicated subject. And he's not a very complicated man. Which is what makes it even worse. Is that he's just dumb. He's really kind of just... Yeah, I don't know, man. I just want to know... I think embarrassed is a good descriptor, as well as just straight up flabbergasted. I know, because it's like... This... We did a lot of good things. We had a lot of good things going. We had so much forward momentum. And people watched, like, The Last Jedi and decided to ruin Pax Americana over it. And I just cannot understand the thought process behind it. You know what I mean? They got so upset that there were people of different color in your TV show that they had to kill American supremacy over the entire planet for it. I don't know. I don't know. Are you winning yet? Are you winning yet? You've lost healthcare, you've lost jobs, you've lost American superiority, you've lost all your international friends. Are you winning yet? You've lost NASA, you've lost foreign aid, you've lost respect on the worldwide stage, you've become a threat both to the international court and to the UN and to the European Union, actually, so all three of those. China is going to defeat us by doing literally nothing. I think that's the funniest thing, is that they just haven't done anything. They're just winning by watching. Oh, do not interrupt your enemy while they are making a mistake. I don't know, man. Not to get into like international world politics. It's a heavy subject, and it's not fun to talk about because everybody it's unfortunately in the news all the time. Yeah, China's loving this. I bet they are. I bet they're just kind of like watching it happen and go, "We didn't even do that." Yeah, imagine winning by it, like literally they're just like, "We didn't even do that." Like us destroying NASA, ending all of our space research and giving it over to a billionaire. They didn't even ask us to do that. That just happened. That just happened. We just did that ourselves. You know, like we won the space race like hand over fist, and then we just killed our space program. Just let it die. I don't know. And then they killed the CDC, so one of the most important disease control centers on the planet, dead. Dead. Over vaccines causing autism. Of all things. Of all things. That's what we killed. That is what we killed the CDC over. Was vaccines causing autism. And then we killed EPA, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. The Environmental Protection Agency now says that... you know what causes global warming? Yeah, no, like he's got a brain worm. I have no, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We killed the EPA. The EPA, you know what they says causes global warming now? At least they're admitting that global warming is real. But what they say causes global warming is volcanic transmissions. It's volcanoes, guys. We can't do anything about it because it's volcanoes. And that's why we're going to Venezuela for more oil. Because oil is good and volcanoes are bad. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys know to the extent of how insane it's gotten over here. That people still push this after Wakefield's paper was retracted is unfathomable. I love losing literally all higher infrastructure because one guy got upset he wasn't being glazed enough. That's so true. It doesn't matter. I don't know. And every single time you complain about it, they'll be like, "Oh, it was worse once." And it's like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You're being lied to. Sorry. You're being lied to. Yeah, I don't, like, again, the problem with conspiracies and conspiracy theories, right, is that, like, it doesn't matter the actual truth. The actual truth is not important. What matters is that the person who is believing in the conspiracy is the only one who knows the real things of reality, right? And therefore, did I miss a hole? Did I miss a hole? Uh-oh, did I miss a hole? So, the conspiracy is not so much about the actual thing the conspiracy is talking about. Flat Earthers, it's not about... Yeah, if it was worse, why not? Because kids have it too easy these days and they need to suffer. The suffering is often the point. Like, what gets me is that, something I had to learn is that the suffering is often the point. It is often on purpose. The reason why is to cause suffering. Which sucks. Which sucks. It's very sad that the reason why is to hurt other people that they don't like. To hurt people they don't like. That's the point. Which means that they're willing to destroy everything that this nation did well. For the sake of hurting people they don't like. But the point of the conspiracy is not the actual, like, truth the conspiracy indulges in, right? It's not about the flat earth. It's the fact that you're the only one who realizes that everyone's lying to you. You're the only one who sees the truth. And because you're the only one that sees the truth, you get to be in control of your reality, right? That's the point. You defeated Poe the Ghost. I caught a Poe. I can drink it now. So, no, Dompe. Dompe, dig there. Dompe. A lot of those people who Anyways, I think I'll dip and further derail the Ocarina of Time gameplay. Well, thank you for staying and talking. Every single time we get into something real, Seeker. Thank you for sticking around. Hope you catch you playing Souls. I will. I'm gonna beat Ocarina of Time, and then I think we're gonna play through Dark Souls next. I think we're gonna be playing through Dark Souls next. I do want to complete one Decimo's adventure. I think that would be fun. But I think we're going to do Dark Souls next. Also, Piece of Heart, I think, is in the Redead grave by playing the Sun Song. I did not know that. But thank you so much for stopping by, Seeker. I always have a great time when you do. Take care. Have a good night. I hope you had a good holiday season. But yeah, the point of the conspiracy is not the actual conspiracy. It's the fact that you control reality. And that control is really important. A lot of those people suffer from, like, lack of control in their lives. So they take it elsewhere. Oh! Sorry. Wow, that was bad. I cough. So, unfortunately, I think we're getting farther than I wanted to. Wrong grave? There's another grave? We're going longer than I wanted to, is what I wanted to say. I will probably sign off soon. So let's get this Redead grave, I guess. Wrong grave. Which grave is it? Does it have flowers in front of it? Dig there. Dig there. Give me a piece of heart. Dig there. This is my last one. Dig there. And then dang. Is it this grave? No, this is the fairy fountain, right? Which grave is it? From the Sunsong cave entrance, look out to the rest of the caves. It's one of the one on the left. One of the ones on the left. Ones of the ones on the left. So it's got to be over here. Because this is the left from the... From the Sunsong cave. So, no, it's on this side. On the left. That would be the right, where I was. Huh. It doesn't have flowers in front of it? I'm just gonna have to open all of these. Overshot it. Poe the ghost. Poe the ghost. Jerk. Many Poes the ghosts. Many Poes the ghosts. Nothing here. This is what I get for opening graves, is a bunch of spooky, scary men who want me dead. I had to remember it. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, let's get our piece of heart and then call it a night. How about that? No, 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 no. Let go. Scary enemies. Oh, did he freeze though? Yes, he did. God bless. I was scared. Stop it! Why bounce off? Why bounce off? Why bounce off? Bad area, fight him. Bad area, fight him. Hard to fight. Many health. Scary man. There we go. There we go. There we go. Scary enemy. Scary enemy. Is this our last piece of heart? Is this the one we needed? Yay! That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're getting tons. We've only completed 3 dungeons. We're going to be at a ton for, Forest Temple, I think. That's pretty awesome. Alright, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I think we're going to call it good here tonight. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had fun watching. Sorry I spent so much time on American politics, and if that wasn't fun for you. Whoops. I was just interested. Alright. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Boomerang does open a good amount extra. Well, we can get the boomerang later. And Go to bed. Good night.